Hello everyone, the Nerdy Steve here, and today I will be featuring a mono-white aggro deck in Standard. The list is in the description below. I'm going to talk a little bit about the plan of the deck, and then we'll play a couple of games. So, let's go. This deck is relatively straightforward. We are an aggressive deck, so we want to hit our creatures on curve, turn 1, 2, and 3, and then also we have our disruptive creatures that are very, very common in mono-white. So we have Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, and Anointed Peacekeeper. These are cards that are going to allow us to cast our spells early, but force our opponent's interactions to cost a little more. In the case of Thalia, all their non-creature spells will cost one more. And with Anointed Peacekeeper, you get to choose a card in their hand that will cost a little more. And this is important, specifically Thalia, because in this format, right, there are a lot of powerful non-creature spells. If you do a turn 2 Thalia, and your opponent was relying on casting maybe a Fable of the Mirror Breaker on their third turn, well, they can't do that now. And that's going to set a lot of people back very, very, very severely. And there are oftentimes you will just win games by a turn 2 Thalia. And, Anointed Peacekeeper also kind of does a very similar thing. But really, the deck doesn't do anything too surprising. You're just, we're literally playing Hotshot Mechanic as a 2-1 creature. Its ability is irrelevant, right? And that's what we just want to attack and deal damage as much as we possibly can. And really, that's it. There's nothing too exciting here, nothing too unique or new. So hopefully, we can just attack our opponents and kill them very, very quickly before they can stabilize and get to do their cool thing. So let's go play some games and see how it works. Also, if you haven't already, you should totally like, comment, and subscribe. That's a great way to help support me and this channel. If you have any deck suggestions, please let me know. I am always looking for more things to play. And I have a Twitch if you want to watch me play live Magic. And I have a Metafy if you're interested in coaching. Those links are down below. Now, thank you for watching, and let's play some games. Okay. We have the... We don't have a turn 1 play, which is a little sad. Oh. But we do get to flash out a commando here, and then maybe an adversary. Tenacious Underdog. Okay. We just command here. Anointed Peacekeeper was exactly what I needed to get. Exactly. So I think we want to do Liliana of the Veil. It means our opponent can't cast her anytime soon. And even if Liliana enters the battlefield, won't be able to activate it. Weatherlight completed, what a cool, interesting thing. Opponent attacking there allows us to get in for a lot of damage here, though. This is a Sheoldred. We didn't get to stop during our turn, and I thought we should. But that's fine. Our opponent will scry here. And then we can Brutal Cathar away the underdog. And we get to attack for a lot. Our opponent could Cruelty of Gix, but that doesn't do anything, so GG. Okay. We have stuff we can cast. We have our Hotshot Mechanic on turn 1, potentially, or do we go for the Hopeful Initiate? I think we do a Hotshot Mechanic first, right? Because we can attack and get more damage in if our opponent doesn't do anything. Maybe? I'm not sure. I do want to attack, though, I think. And next turn we can Adeline. and get a lot of stuff going on. Ooh, borrow time. That's not great. Though we do have a main deck Destroy Evil, which can interact with borrowed time fairly well. And also now I'm glad I did the Hotshot Mechanic, because we're getting a lot more damage than we would have otherwise. We get to Adeline and attack for a lot, and Adeline is becoming huge. Would really, really like a Brutal Cathar. Brutal Cathar is particularly good against, you know, the self-pump creatures like Kami of Transience or the Beast Caller. I forget the full name in Dominaria. Being able to reset that stuff is just really, really powerful. You know, the Cathars, like creatures, can be, you know, detriments if you're exiling something with a really powerful enters the battlefield ability, but if you're just resetting the counters, it still feels fine. So now we have to figure out what we're doing here. I think we just go. Our opponent might double block, but I doubt. Okay. We do this. And that. $12 life is not a lot in this situation, though. And I'm a little scared. Touch the Spirit Realm is gonna, what, be on the Adeline? Adeline? Oh, and our opponent gets to exile 2 things with Weaver of Harmony. Oh, no. That's not good. Alright. We go to 6 life here. We're gonna enlist. Because we need to find something good here, and none of that will help. If our opponent blocks, we will discard a Guardian of New Benalia. Now, I don't know if I should Valorous Stance while our opponent is tapped out. I think I really want our... Oh, wow. Ouch. I really want our opponent to commit a lot more to the Kami here. But this is kind of brutal, if we're being honest, right? So we will destroy target creature with toughness 4 or greater. Attack for 2. Thalia. I wonder what our opponent could have. Well, we have to chump with the Thalia. So, that's not particularly great. Ooh. I don't know if our opponent wanted to copy it, because now our opponent couldn't attack. So... Draw. That was a very unfortunate land to draw, though. Only if we drew a Wandering Emperor, though. Wandering Emperor would have been so great. Dolly would have made it cost 5, but, you know, who's keeping track? Oh, no. Where is our Destroy Evil, everyone? GG. Alright, this is a pretty decent hand, and I'm going to go for the Hotshot Mechanic here. We have stuff to do, on like all of our turns and we have good interaction. And I think that's really, really important with this type of deck. And so hopefully it doesn't get too messed up. We'll attack here. Our opponent seems to be on Jund. But that could mean a lot of different things. There are so many different variations of Jund right now, it's really hard to know what you're playing around. Fable the Mirror Breaker is one of my favorite cards. Not favorite cards, but I kind of like when our opponent has it in this type of spot, because it means our Brutal Cathar gets to enter the battlefield, and we get the free trigger on the Goblin Shaman, that we don't have to worry about Brutal Cathar entering, getting killed and giving our opponent a creature back later. It kills the Goblin for good, and then it's something our opponent has to be a little aware of down the line. Also, double Peacekeeper is nice. I kind of wish I could cast it there, because Anointed Peacekeeper does really put a stop on what our opponent could be doing. Specifically, if you have two of them. But I think we want to really get rid of the token while we can. Though maybe that is wrong. Because if we Peacekeeper and stop our opponent from getting some mana, right? We are in a way... Oh, we can keep that. Ooh, Unleash the Inferno? I don't like that at all. There's a lot going on here. And the problem is, right, we don't have a lot of mana. Ouch. And getting that Harvester is so good for our opponent. We're going to take 4 here. Then we take 2 during our upkeep. We're going to attack. Now, we also have a problem, right? Because we can destroy evil the reflection of Kiki-Jiki or Sheoldred. If we destroy Sheoldred, our opponent then will have Blood type Harvester Kiki-Jiki going on, which is almost impossible for us to win. But Sheoldred is just gonna allow our opponent to gain so much life. And I don't know what we can do about that. And our opponent also has tons of interaction and stuff. That soul transfer was really, really powerful. Part of me wants to say go, so that the Brutal Cathar can flip. And then maybe we can figure out something to do. Okay. That's one less removal spell we have to worry about. I think this is what I need to do, but I'm not sure. We're going down to such a low life total, though. We really need to draw a land so we can double spell and flip that, but that might be a little too late. Alright. Let's Peacekeeper to see what's going on here. Our opponent did get an Unleash, which is terrible. Unleash the Inferno. Let's attack with both creatures. To see what's going on. Our opponent drew an Infernal Grasp? Oh no! Oh well. Now we lose. We tried. Because we could have flipped and gotten rid of, like, the Shieldred or Blood Tithe Harvester, but there's just a lot to deal with right now. And I don't know if we can. Alright, we still draw. We're at 4, everyone. So what I'm going to do here is use the Guardian to enlist that. None of these are good enough, honestly. So we'll make it indestructible here. Okay. And then we get to do this. Want to make sure we have white mana open. And then we can Hopeful Initiate. Our opponent's gaining 2 life here. Needs another land to be able to Inferno away the Serra Paragon. Well, that's unfortunate. Yep. And that gets rid of our Hotshot Mechanic, too. Which is a disaster, everyone. So what we really need is the Wandering Emperor here. Is literally our only out. Sometimes you draw your only out, and you have to be okay with that. And hopefully our opponent doesn't have anything in hand. Ouch. Four. We have to block here. We go to 4. I think I need to make a Samurai. We'll do this. And then attack for 2. 8, go. We tried. It's not over yet, but it's pretty over. But I think despite how terrible things went, we're still doing okay. Though this is a disaster right now, right? Because now our opponent gets to crew and attack with 2 lethal threats. And they're lethal because the Shieldred is going to stop us. And we go to 2 life here. And that is game. We'll let our opponent kill us. I was very surprised that we actually had a chance, though, honestly. So, I'll take it. GG. Well, everyone, thank you for watching me play some mono white aggro in Standard. I didn't really like the deck that much. Surprise. I think one of the problems with this deck, there's a lot of things, is that, you know, we don't have a really good aggressive 1-drop. Hotshot Mechanic is literally just a vanilla 2-1 in this deck, and there isn't anything better. Now, in Brothers War, we already have a white 1-drop that is literally infinitely better than Hotshot Mechanic, and that will greatly improve the deck's quality, but we're not there yet, right? But, you know, there's just, you, for this deck to really perform well, you do need the Thalias and Anointed Peacekeepers in your opening hand, and I learned to, there were a lot of losses I didn't show with this deck, but I learned that you needed to really mulligan more to those cards, because that will allow you to apply pressure and interfere with your opponent's plan. Because, again, as I brought up with the Hotshot Mechanic, our creatures just really aren't as impactful and as powerful to compete with a lot of other stuff going on. So you really need Thalia and Peacekeeper to be a turn or two ahead of your opponent and to stop them from doing what they want to do. I do think this deck can potentially have a place, and I think maybe I would like more Cathar Commandos, or even more, like, higher-end Planeswalkers, like an Elspeth or maybe more Wandering Emperor, just because the deck, it's not good enough as an aggressive deck, and that's part of the problem, right? It's just, we're not a quick aggressive deck. We don't apply a lot of pressure very quickly, and because of that, all the mid-range stuff just can really make us have a very bad time. Now, this might appeal to you, so you enjoy it. Tell me what you would like about it. But to me, this wouldn't be a deck I'd recommend people to try, at least in this type of current iteration. Now, with all that being said, I hope you liked what you saw, and I hope you at least enjoyed stuff I did too. And if you haven't already, you should totally like, comment, subscribe. Those are great ways to help support me and this channel. You could also watch me play live at twitch.tv/thenerdysteve, and I also do coaching. All those links are down below. Regardless, I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening wherever you are, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.